1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. First, the headlines. Prime Minister, while addressing the condolence reference in memory of Sri Lankan national Priyantha Devanata in Islamabad this evening, emphatically stated that nobody will be spared perpetuating violence under the garb of religion. Sri Lankan High Commissioner says the unfortunate incident in Sialkot will not hamper Pakistan-Sri Lanka relations. Pakistan has underlined the need for training of a bulk of human resource to protect the country from cyber attacks. Foreign Ministry has urged the international community to undertake effective steps to control humanitarian crisis, revive economy and durable peace and stability in Afghanistan. World Health Organization has termed mandatory vaccination against coronavirus as an absolute last resort. On the fourth day of second cricket test against Pakistan at Dhaka, Bangladesh was 76 for the loss of 7 wickets at stumps today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has emphatically stated that nobody will be spared perpetuating violence under the garb of religion. Addressing a condolence reference in memory of Sri Lankan national Priyantha Devanata in Islamabad today, he said Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Khatamun Nabiyyin Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was sent by Almighty Allah as a blessing for the whole mankind. He said Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam brought an ideological revolution and united the humanity through message of love and justice. Appreciating the courage of Malik Adnan, who put his life at risk to save the life of the Sri Lankan national, the Prime Minister said Malik Adnan will be conferred with Tamgha Shujaat. Later talking to media, Malik Adnan thanked the Prime Minister for announcing Tamgha Shujaat for him and giving him a letter of appreciation. Malik Adnan said he would like to dedicate these awards to the family of Priyantha Devanata. Prime Minister Imran Khan says Pakistan's macroeconomic indicators are showing a positive trajectory with reserves in stable conditions. Chairing a meeting of the Macroeconomic Advisory Group in Islamabad, he said the government has tackled both the economic disaster left by the previous government and the corporate challenge, and now the economy is growing at a sustainable pace. The Prime Minister said increase in large-scale manufacturing and value addition of goods, increased revenue and an increase in exports show that the policy measure taken by the government have started to bear fruits. Sri Lankan High Commissioner Mohan Vijayavikrama has said the unfortunate incident in Sialkot will not hamper Pakistan-Sri Lanka relations. He was talking to the media along with eminent religious scholars who visited the Sri Lankan High Commission to express condolence over the incident in Islamabad today. The High Commissioner said this incident was horrific, but swift action by the government and response from the religious scholars is satisfying. The High Commissioner said Pakistan and Sri Lanka have been friends since 1948 and Pakistan has always assisted Sri Lanka to resolve different issues. Speaking on the occasion, Prime Minister's Special Representatives on Interfaith Harmony, Tahir Mahmood Ashrafi, assured that Pakistan will take all possible steps to hold the culprits accountable. President Arif Alvi has underlined the need for training a bulk of human resource capable to protect the country from cyber attacks. Addressing the 28th convocation of Military College of Signals in Rawalpindi, he said the cybersecurity is a rapidly growing field that requires a targeted approach to continually update the set of relevant skills and resources. The President emphasized setting the direction of students right from the primary level up to higher education to make them aware of the importance of information technology in the contemporary world. Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmed has urged the society to collectively fight the menace of extremism in the country. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said every citizen has a responsibility to raise a voice against extremism and terrorism. Condemning the tragic incident in Sialkot, the minister said the law will take its course against the culprits involved in the incident. He said the media has an important role to curb extremism in the society. He said the extremist elements should not be given coverage by the media. This is Radio Pakistan. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said the international community will have to undertake serious and effective steps to control humanitarian crisis, revive economy and durable peace and stability in Afghanistan. He was talking to the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Belgium, Sophie Wilms, in Brussels today. The Foreign Minister said Pakistan is hosting an extraordinary meeting of the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers on the 19th of this month to draw the world's attention towards the grave economic situation of Afghanistan. He said a peaceful Afghanistan is not only in Pakistan's interest but the entire region. Pakistan has strongly condemned the launch of ballistic missile by Houthi towards Riyadh that was aimed against civilians and their infrastructure. In a statement today, Foreign Office spokesperson Asim Iftikhar Ahmed said successful interception of the ballistic missile by the Royal Saudi Air Defense prevented loss of innocent life and which is commendable. He said such attacks not only violate international law but also threaten peace and security of Saudi Arabia and the region. The spokesperson said Pakistan calls for the immediate cessation of these attacks. Asim Iftikhar Ahmed said Pakistan reaffirms its full support and solidarity with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia against any threats to its security and territorial integrity. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, dozens of youth have been arrested during the raids on their houses by Indian forces in almost all districts of Kashmir Valley. The troops forced the inmates, including women, children and elderly, to stay outdoors in shivering cold and subjected to harassment and intimidation. Many journalists complained that forces personnel threatened them with dire consequences if they file any story on their brutal raids and arrests. In their statements in Srinagar, all parties, Hurriyat Conference leaders and other organizations have strongly condemned Indian brutalities against Kashmiri people and said that India has failed to suppress Kashmiri struggle for freedom despite using all inhumane tactics. A report released by Kashmir Media Service has unveiled that India is most dangerous country in the world for women because of high risk of sexual violence, while its capital city Delhi has attained notoriety as having become rape capital of the world. According to the report, on average 3 Dalit women are raped and 2 are murdered every day in India. The report said that hands in gloves with the fascist Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, Modi's India is trying to convert the country into Hindu Rashtra. But a quarter of Hindu population, the Dalit, and are not treated as equal citizens and denied access to even high caste temples. Syria has criticized Israel for carrying out an airstrike on its main port of Latakia, destroying shipping containers and causing a fire. Syrian state media said that Israeli warplanes flying over Mediterranean Sea fired several missiles at the port's container yard overnight. No casualties have been reported. The top official of the World Health Organization in Europe, Hans Kluge, says mandatory vaccinations against the coronavirus are an absolute last resort. Talking to reporters, Kluge said that mandates around vaccination are only applicable when all feasible options to improve vaccination uptake have been exhausted. On the 4th day of second cricket test at Dhaka against Pakistan, Bangladesh was 76 for the loss of 7 wickets at stumps today. Earlier, Pakistan declared their first inning on 300 for the loss of 4 wickets. And finally, the weather. Cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. Smog and fog is likely to develop in plain areas of Punjab during morning hours. Now some of the headlines once again. Prime Minister, while addressing the condolence reference in memory of Sri Lankan national Priyanatha Devavanada in Islamabad this evening, emphatically stated that nobody will be spared perpetrating violence under the garb of religion. Sri Lankan High Commissioner says that the unfortunate incident in Sialkot will not hamper Pakistan-Sri Lanka relations. President has underlined the need for training of a bulk of human resource to protect the country from cyber attacks. Foreign Minister has urged the international community to undertake effective steps to control humanitarian crisis, revive economy and durable peace and stability in Afghanistan. World Health Organization has termed mandatory vaccination against coronavirus as an absolute last resort. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.